Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Patrick J. Murphy III. Today, as you saw in the first clips there, I want to talk about a recent book I was published in. It's called Tales of Wonder and Dread, the collection of science fiction and horror tales, edited by Gary Hill. And I wanted to read start of my short story called The Beast. Liz Warner felt the pulse racing through her veins as each foot fell and struck the dirt path under her. The looming trees hung over the path, dripping in the fog rolling in from the bay. This tunnel of trees and dirt and fog was her normal running path, but at this hour, away from the golden light she normally ran in, it made the hair stand up on the back of her neck. Liz didn't normally run this late, and with this much fog in the area, but she just needed to clear her head. The new legal partner had made her tense, and the push for oxygen and endorphins helped her to forget about him. She picked up the pace as a new song blasted into her ears, pumping up her heart rate a bit more. Liz glanced at her watch and saw that she had run a quarter of her usual 10 miles. She saw a solitary light glowing orange in the distance and decided to make that the turnaround spot. She could always run again in the morning, when the sun would be shining bright. The spot quickly approached, and a small wave of relief washed over her as she stood gasping for breath under the light. She had worked up a nice sweat, and the cool air carried away the heat from her skin. One of her earbuds had popped out, and she removed the other, letting in the sounds of the nature. When she had finally caught her breath, Liz realized that the quiet was more profound than normal. Unnaturally so. Sure, when she normally ran, there was some silence, but she could still hear cars, people, and some animals. Tonight, it felt like the earth had been encased in soundproof studio. Unsettled, Liz turned to begin running home, back to Kim, the smells of dinner, and the light. But she felt like something was watching her. She looked around, but was only greeted with the green bushes, trees, and the brown compacted dirt. Her next breath condensed before her eyes, and she shivered. When had the temperature dropped so fast, Liz wondered. She looked at her watch again, but the temperature was still reading in the mid-50s. She felt like she had been thrown into a deep freeze. Her muscles began to tighten, and she felt like she was moving through syrup. She struggled to take 2 steps past the circle of light, when something came bounding out of the other side of the bush right towards her. She wasn't sure what she saw, but the sharp, searing pain laced her side as the thing collided with her. Bodies tumbled, and the thing ended up on top of her. Her head smacked the road when they went down, and her vision blurred. She scrambled for her pocket taser and grabbed the small keychain taser Kim had gotten her. She shoved it upward, engaging the trigger. The nodes made contact with whatever was on top of her, and the thing cried out in pain. If you want to find out more what happens to Liz or other horror stories, please do check out Tales of Wonder and Dread, a collection of science fiction and horror stories, edited by Gary Hill on Lulu.com. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope to see you next time.